most important things to you when you think of a good gym? I'm sure many of you thought of vast amounts of equipment, great trainers, a low cost, or maybe even having group classes. Although these things are important, the most important thing in a gym is the culture it creates. Hi, my name is Emily, and you are now listening to my podcast. I will now dive into the culture of one of my favorite places on University of Kentucky's campus, the Johnson Center. I know culture means something different to each and every one of you, so let me refresh you on the definition we are given by the dictionary. They define culture as the customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social group. Although the dictionary is a very credible source, I think that how they define culture makes it somewhat confusing to actually understand. In my opinion, when thinking about the culture of a space, it is more about the overall vibe that you get from a space, as well as the human interactions that occur within that space. If you are not aware, the Johnson Center is a state-of-the-art facility that aids in guiding students, staff, and the public in achieving a healthy, active lifestyle. Included within this massive multi-purpose gym are amenities including a 4-lane elevated jogging track, group fitness studios, a climbing wall, and much more to meet everybody's needs. With that being said, it is obvious that the Johnson Center is not just your average gym. As someone who attends the Johnson Center on a daily basis, when presented with the question of its culture, numerous things come to mind. The culture of the Johnson Center is composed of multiple things, including a friendly, welcoming vibe with active, driven students, laid-back staff members, and the shy public who keep to themselves. Adding to the culture is the loud music constantly playing, the scent of sweaty metal, and the various sounds of dropped weights and grunts from those struggling to get their reps in. Can you guess what you just listened to? If you guessed the second floor of the Johnson Center on a busy Thursday morning at 9 a.m., then ding ding ding, you are correct. Like I mentioned before, the various sounds you will hear while attending the Johnson Center definitely adds to the overall atmosphere of the space. The music you hear playing is on constantly, and personally, I think it adds an inviting vibe to the space because who doesn't want to work out to good music? Also, within the soundscape I played, you could hear the sounds of weights being dropped to the ground, probably from someone who couldn't lift it anymore. Although some may think those sounds are distracting, the sounds of those heavy weights hitting the floor inspire me to lift heavier. Despite the fact that the sounds of noises and human interactions contribute to the culture of a space, it's also important to hear about someone's experiences within that space. When it came time to interview someone to find out more about the culture of the Johnson Center, I thought interviewing someone who attends regularly would be best. I came across Talis All while working out one day at the facility, and she agreed to do an interview with me. Talis is a freshman at the University of Kentucky and is someone who is fully committed to an active, healthy lifestyle. I first asked Talis if she felt welcome when attending the Johnson Center, which in response, she said,
"Yes, I do feel welcomed when I enter the gym because the people at the front desk always say hi and ask me how my day is, and everyone smiles when they have their mask off."
The fact that Talis thinks the Johnson Center is a welcoming place is a very good thing and can help describe the culture of the place. I then presented Talis with the question of how often during the week she attends the center and what draws her back each time. Talis responded with,
I normally go around 2 to 3 times a week, so pretty regularly, and I go back because the gym makes me feel good and I like the environment.
Since Talus attends the facility a few times a week, she is able to truly grasp the atmosphere of the Johnson Center. The reason she keeps going back adds to the culture because it shows that the Johnson Center is a place that students can go to make them feel good. Lastly, I asked Talus to describe the overall vibe she gets when visiting the Johnson Center for her workouts. To this question, Talus responded with,
I get a pretty accepting yet competitive vibe from the people around. Sometimes I get a little bit judged, but that's normal for a gym. Overall, pretty welcoming.
This last question and response were the most important because the vibe a person gets from a particular place is a big contributor to the overall culture of the place. I liked that Talus added the factor of competition to the vibe because I had not thought of that before. From my interview with Talus, I felt confident in my idea of the culture of the Johnson Center. I was able to gather that the Johnson Center is welcoming to everybody and is the perfect place to get a good workout in with friendly people around. The fact of added competition within the atmosphere makes people who attend want to get better at what they do. As I begin to conclude this podcast, I wanted to include a summary of my findings from diving deeper into what the culture of the Johnson Center is. Talus was able to provide me with useful insight on her opinion in order to help build my own ideas. Originally, I had only thought of the culture of the Johnson Center to be related to the welcoming atmosphere and the various weightlifting noises and interactions to be heard. After interviewing an active attendee of the Johnson Center, I was able to expand my ideas. Talus reinforced my ideas of the welcoming atmosphere, but added the idea of competitiveness that I had not thought of before. Competitiveness in the gym is a good thing to have because it pushes its members to strive to be better. Every gym has the loud music, sweaty smell, and sounds of weights being thrown to the ground, which are things that contribute to the culture. In addition, the Johnson Center has aspects to it that make its culture more unique than any other gym. It's a place that offers a welcoming vibe, friendly, helpful staff, and just the right amount of competitiveness to get you through your last rep. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day.